Since my daddy had been back, him and my mama stayed fighting. Every day it was chaotic with them too. He would have her heated. It felt like I had to choose between them based on the day. But it would always be my mama, because he never really gave me a chance to choose him. He was here today, gone tomorrow, like clockwork. But the last time he closed the door, I knew he wouldn't come back with that smile under his dark shades again. So much time had passed by, and life kept going. My grandmother was at our house a lot. Her name was Ida. She's my mama's mom. We called her Momo too. Momo had soft, beautiful caramel skin and blonde hair that she kept up too well. She only wore name brand clothes and real jewelry. She hated anything cheap, which is why her and my mama hated shopping together, because red is cheap as hell. Going shopping with them two was like watching Housewives. It was straight drama and conflama. Stacy, Red's real name. Why you got them girls wearing that tacky ass shit? Baby, you want that DKNY jacket, huh? Momo gonna get it for you. I loved when she would do that. I never wanted to hurt my mama's feelings by asking for something I knew was too expensive. Daddy was gone, and now we were on our own. That Neiman Marcus still felt like I was in a Barbie movie. I would smell all the perfume samples and stare at the bright lit clothes on the wall. I knew exactly what I wanted, and so did Momo. She was always watching us. Get it, baby. I see you looking at that one. She would passively say as if she was mad that I didn't verbally say it out loud. We had nice things, but times changed. Mama was single now with no support, and she made that very clear to me and my sister, so we adjusted with no problem. Every day I was up to something. I was always bored and had a lot on my mind. Since Daddy left, what could I do for fun? Mama, look, I said while holding a surprise visitor to her face. Tiffany! What the hell, girl? Mama screamed in terror. I was fearless when I saw a dead rat in the kitchen. The mousetrap had got him. I felt kind of bad, I guess. I was bored, so I picked him up by the tail and showed her. I knew it would scare her, and I needed a laugh. Girl, your ass ain't scared of nothing. Put that motherfucker outside. My mama came out of her room and passed out. Oh, hell no. Y'all pack up. We was gonna move anyway, but we moving today, Mama said with fear. Where would we go, I thought. It's just us. My sister was more upset than curious. She actually had friends around here that she would miss, cheerleading teammates that she had to leave, and this little big-head boy who would always come looking for her on his bike. We could only take so much since the place we was going to was a small apartment, but Mama made sure to take that white living room, though. Our new home was a 2-bedroom apartment closer to the city. Dogwood was a street I would never walk on again. 1 bedroom for Mama, 1 bedroom for me and Brittany. We had bunk beds that we never really slept in. I still slept with Mama, though. My sister made friends quick, and we noticed a childhood friend of ours from Harvey was close by, Alexis. Bye, Tiff. Brittany would rush out the house screaming. Great, she gone. I got the room all to myself. Mama had to start back working to take care of us all alone. I would pretty much watch myself when school was out. I knew how to make eggs and cereal, so that's what I would eat. I really loved cooking the eggs more than eating them. I was weird. Down the hall from our apartment was an Asian family. They were some quiet neighbors. The oldest daughter was April and her little sister Jenny. April was my age, and Jenny was a few years behind us. I noticed April and thought she seemed cool. We became friends instantly, but not too much. I loved my alone time still. She didn't get on my nerves, so she was cool. I would go to their unit and play with them both. Her mama would make dinner in the kitchen, right in the middle of the floor. She sat in the Asian squat and chopped the veggies on the board. That looked so uncomfortable, but I couldn't wait to act like her and do the same thing when I got home. The food was always so good there, and it smelled like a restaurant. My clothes would smell like grilled meat for days. I learned a lot about their culture, and they would teach me Vietnamese words. Only thing I could remember was cha, which was something we would eat. They had a 1-bedroom with a huge bed that they all slept in. It was like a sleepover every night or something. But we pretty much did the same thing in my house too, because me and Brittany slept in the bed with Mama. Her complaining about her back every morning didn't worry us. I think she liked us sleeping with her. All the trauma and turmoil she was going through with Daddy leaving and them getting a divorce was heavy. She never showed her pain. She kept her head up, food in our mouths, and a roof over our heads, and clothes on our backs. That's what mattered to her, not the diamonds and the money Tyrone was providing. Can't lie, I missed it, but I also missed him. Where was he? Was he mad at me? Can I go live with him instead? I wouldn't know. I knew nothing. The sound of his voice, the smell of his scent was all slowly fading away. This was our new life now, just us three. We still went to school in the nicer district because Mama felt better that way. We went to Woodmere Elementary. My sister joined the dance team, and once I was old enough, I joined too. I was a Woodmere Wildcat, and proud. The older girls on my team all respected my sister, but for some reason, they hated on little old me. Smile. Don't smile, corny-ass Keisha would say to me every day before practice. One day, I finally told my sister what she'd been doing to outline my not-so-perfect teeth. A week or two later, Keisha was as friendly as a newborn baby mama, giving her healthy baby a bath. Scary bitch, I would think to myself in the hallways. I'm sure my sister checked on her behavior, so I never had a problem again. After school, most of the kids would walk home or catch the bus. Since we lived a ways away, we had to go to after-school care. I hated after-school care. The 3 women who ran it was old, mean, and bitter. Except Miss Ernestine. She was a real one. She took a liking to me early on and would take me under her wing. She had beautiful dark skin like milk chocolate, golden ginger hair, and long, deep red nails. She would count receipts all day and lick her finger with each page. I loved watching her. She taught me how to sew, and she would paint my nails for me while the other kids did homework. Some days, she would even bring some of her granddaughter's old fancy clothes that smelled like cigarettes, so I could try them on and play dress up. We had a cool bond, and she made after school care not so bad. My girl. Once I got to middle school, the distance got better. We had to leave our 2-bedroom apartment immediately, and I never knew why. All I remember was one old, lonely man across the hallway who was always watching us. I later found out that he had been making complaints about us for loud noise. My sister Brittany was pretty short-tempered back then and would act on her emotions in the moment. One day we was locked out somehow, and instead of patiently waiting for my mama, my sister turned her back to the door, bent her leg up, and with all the strength that she had, she rammed her foot into the door over and over and over again. She was frustrated, I know, but that type of anger scared me. I liked peace and quiet. That's why I liked my Barbies. They was always happy. The eviction notice came quickly after my sister's rage, and we were on the move again. This time we had our own rooms. We also had upstairs and downstairs. I was the happiest kid alive. Me and my big red bag full of Barbies finally had our own space. Our neighbors were relatives. My cousin Lachelle, her daughter Danielle, who was my sister's age, and her son Buster, who was my age. Me and Buster went to the same middle school, so I felt protected. Why did I need to feel protected? Because we lived on Tellis now, and it was ghetto. My first day of school, I felt like I was on the red carpet. Everybody wanted to meet Buster Cousin. He clearly was the man of them halls, because I had no problem making friends. My first friend was B. She also lived across the street. She was dark and beautiful. None of the girls played with her, from what I heard. She could fight, and 9 times out of 10, she could win. She was like an enforcer, more than an aggressor. Me and B got close fast. I also thought she had a little crush on Buster, but she would never admit it. A lot of the girls liked him. That's mainly why they liked me. I was easy access. He had a lot of friends, too, including Daquan, the first guy to approach me. I could tell he was a player, but I liked that. He had a buzz cut and wore clothes that was way too big for his body. He was quiet but observant, and all the girls wanted him. I played it cool. "You Buster Cousin, I heard," Daquan said while passing through the hall. "Yeah," I replied shyly. "You pretty," he whispered with a smile as he walked into 3rd period. That night I went home with Daquan on my mind. I'm sure he had a girlfriend, I thought, but clearly he wanted me, so I inquired. "Buster, what's up with Daquan?" "Oh, she josing over that nigga," Cortez said with envy. Cortez was Buster's best friend, and he was always at their house, which means he was a part of my world in a sense. Ugh, no. I was just wondering, I said, embarrassed. 'Cause I ain't even gonna lie. You could talk to him if you want to, but dude got all the girls sprung, Buster said while focusing on the game. I knew what I was getting myself into, but I wasn't scared. Hell, I picked up a dead rat. You think I'm scared of a little boy? Tuh. The next couple months, everything was cool. I was popular with all the girls, and Daquan had asked me to be his girlfriend already. I felt like life was good, and B was still my closest friend, but dating Daquan brought a lot of drama. A few of the girls in my grade would ask to hang out with me. I did, but not too much, since I still got Elizabeth back at home waiting for me. One of the girls and me really got close. We would walk home from school together after purposely missing the bus so we could be fast. All the cute boys walked home, but my man would get picked up by his mama. She would want to walk and talk to all the high school boys, so I went for moral support. We had a corner store about a half a mile from our apartment on Tellis. So sketchy. Let's go get our hot mama, she would say, knowing she had other intentions. The corner store always had a bunch of dudes standing out front trying to holler at girls or be up to no good. I had only been to the store with my mama, and I didn't trust the vibes. But she was so confident, I felt like we was good. Okay, let's go. We walked into the store and instantly got approached by men way too old to be talking to us the way they did. I was uncomfortable, but she was in la la land, happy as can be. She stopped for every single dude, blushing and flirting. All I could think about was leaving. Girl, let's go. It's weird in here, I said, concerned. Girl, down. Chill out. We gonna leave in a minute. She rolled her eyes. I stood there with every inch of attitude I had in my body while I watched her overexert herself. Say, little mama. I heard a deep voice scream from the back of the store. I ignored it, hoping the voice would just go away. Say, red shirt. Come here. The voice said it again as it got closer. I looked down at my fire red shirt and started to panic. As I continued to ignore the sound, the voice got so close it was right on my neck. I felt a hand grab my arm, aggressively turning me to face it. Stop, B. Girl, I was finna say. Gotcha, bitch. Girl, why you in here? B said jokingly and also confused. Girl, we came to get pickles, I said while pointing to the girl from school I was with. Oh, girl, why you hanging with her? She a hoe, yeah. No, we just walking home from school together, that's all. Okay, Tiff, be careful with that one. I know her number. She not like that, she cool, I said confidently. Aight. Oh, look, friend, she leaving you. I ran to the front door to catch her, but she was already in the car with some guy she just met. Did she think I was just gonna walk home alone? I told you, girl. Come on, I got my bike. The wind blew calmly in my face while I rode down Tellis on the handlebars of B's bike. We laughed and talked all the way home, the way it should have been, innocent and fun. Valentine's Day came quick, and I was too excited to be Daquan's girl. I just knew he was going to go all out for me. I mean, I was popular, cute, and a new member of the majorette team. I got all dressed up that day to go receive some B-Day attention from my man. Y'all seen Daquan? I asked the first person I saw in the yard, Jaslyn. Girl, no. And I don't think you want to see him either. I wasn't sure what that meant since I never marked Jaslyn as a hater, so I worried. After the first 2 periods of the day passed by, I heard no word from my boyfriend. Maybe he's sick or out today, I pressed. The fast girl from the corner store incident spotted me in 3rd period with a look of guilt and sorrow. She uttered 2 words to me from across the class. I'm sorry. I was beyond confused. Sorry for what? Oh, for leaving me to the wolves of the block that day? Yeah, I bet she was. I brushed it off carelessly. At lunch, things got more strange. I saw Daquan enter the cafeteria with a teddy bear and a card. That must be for me. He walked slowly and confidently over to the table next to me with no eye contact my way. Maybe he didn't see me. I stood up to wave, and I quickly retracted as he put the large red teddy bear on the table in front of her. What the? I said to myself, heartbroken. The hot mama wanting, thirsty for any dude in her face, hopping in the car with strangers ass bitch smiled at him. They go together now. Jaslyn came over to tell me with a messy look in her eyes. B ran up behind me angrily. "I told you she was a hoe!" She screamed loud enough for the whole cafeteria to hear. I stared at them, hugging and smiling with each other, and before I could let a tear fall, Hey, Tip, I got you something." It was Solomon, the nicest, sweetest boy from English class. Everyone apparently knew he had a crush on me, except me. I turned around to him holding a large heart-shaped box with every candy from the store inside and a note that read, "Will you be mine?" I cried from the hurt I felt, but also the grace I had towards him. He didn't have to do that for me. How did he know I would be open to this today? I felt like a fool. So naive to the hood cutie, being who he was all along. A player, like Buster said. After Daddy, Daquan was the second man to disappoint me. Too bad there would be plenty more ahead to tear apart whatever love I had for a man. One random day after school, I got home and saw a police car in our parking spot. My heart raced to the thought of trouble being at our front door. Is this about my daddy? Is he back in jail? I ran so fast to open the front door, my chapstick came straight off my lips. "Mama, why the police here?" A 6-foot-tall man stood up from our white couch with a blue uniform shirt that had a big silver badge. He had a gun on his hip and a stern look in his eyes. "Tiffany, Brene, this Bobby." I froze softly and said hi. My sister wasn't fazed at all. She looked at me and continued to go right out the front door, per usual. Bobby looked like he could be Dominican, but the dark-skinned kind. He had a police uniform, but a gold tooth in his mouth. What is he doing here? "Everything all right, Ma?" I said, confused. "Yeah, Bobby wanted to meet y'all. We've been talking for a while. I told him he had to meet my girls." Bobby and Mama met after she had a night out and we was at Momo's house for the night. Whoop, whoop. The siren sounded off right behind her as she was rushing home. "License and registration, please," he demanded. She grabbed for her paperwork as he continued. "Where you going this time of night?" "Home. We just left my auntie bar, Katrina's," she said, unfazed. "Oh, that's your people's spot? I heard about it. Y'all get down in there, huh?" He laughed. "Well, I don't think it's safe for you to be out here this late, alone. Here's my number. Please let me know you made it safe. And take my beeper number too, just in case you can't get through." Mama sped off, thankful he didn't give her a ticket. She never told us about him until she actually started to like him. He was quiet and very observant, a real military guy. Before his time in the department, he was overseas fighting for his country. Coming from a small town in North Carolina, that was a big deal back then, college or the army. Bobby was always a man who believed in security, integrity, and all-around world peace. He was raised by his mother and father, who was still married to this day. His father was a pastor at a church, very well-kept type family. How the hell did he run into Red? They were completely opposite. My mama was a city girl from uptown, surrounded by gangsters and thugs. Even Baby, yes, Baby, tried to holler at my mama before Cash Money. I tried to be on my best behavior when Bobby would come home because I was scared he would take me to jail or put me on punishment or something. But he would just say hey and hang in my mama room. It was perfect. I didn't really want a new daddy at this point. I just wanted to be alone. After a year or so of our new family, Bobby moved in. As long as he didn't touch my Barbies, then it's cool. I also started watching a lot of movies in my free time. 8 Mile was my favorite. I loved the raps Eminem did, especially at the end. I would yell it up to the top of my lungs in the living room where the big screen was. "Everybody from the 313, put your motherfucking hands up and follow me." Mid-scene one night, Bobby walked right into the front door. I jumped off the couch to act like I wasn't impersonating B-Rabbit. "Your mama know you watching this?" he said seriously. "Yeah, I watch it all the time." He shook his head and went upstairs to her room. He could have told her all he wanted to, but she was like a big sister. She allowed me to be myself 24/7. And hopefully that wouldn't change since he's here now. Later that night, Mama called us downstairs. "I gotta tell y'all something." "What, Ma?" "Okay, I'm pregnant." Pregnant, I thought. How? She always said we barely made it out her coochie, and we was lucky to be alive. Now she having another one? I hope it's a boy. I could tell my sister was too excited to have another sibling to boss around. After all the hype, I had another thought though. Whoever this baby is, they better not ask to play with my dolls, 'cause it's an absolute no. I didn't like sharing much, or playing with other kids really. So a new baby would definitely try to break my toys or eat them. I know what y'all thinking. How she got a boyfriend but still playing with toys? Like I said, I was weird. Mama's stomach got big fast, and it was almost time for the baby to arrive after 10 long months. She was overdue. It's a storm coming, y'all, but we're going to be at the hospital, so just pack a little bag with some drawers, something to sleep in, and some jeans. We'll be right back. Mama gave those instructions while we watched the news for more updates. The news anchor was acting different that day, though. He was calm all week, but this day, he was screaming at us. Get out of New Orleans, people. This is a Category 5 hurricane. Katrina is coming. Mama didn't look worried, but she never did. Bobby was out working and would meet us at the hospital that night. There was a bright light shining from the window. I was so intrigued by it, so I went outside. I looked up in disbelief at the sky. It was bright red and warm. The sky ain't never looked like that before. Looked like it was on fire for real. You could smell the rain like always, but the calmness of the air was loud. Literally the calm before the storm. My mama doctor called. Hi, Stacy. I think it might be best if you and your girls leave the city. You don't want to be at this hospital when this thing hit. Mama moved the quickest I seen her move with this 10-pound baby hanging from her body. All right, y'all, let's go. Where we going? What about Bobby? Brittany demanded. We're going to have to meet up with him later. We got to get in this traffic. We're going to Mississippi to Aunt Faustine house. That's where Mama went. She guessed. I could tell she knew she wouldn't make it to a city 3 hours away at 10 months pregnant. The first thing I grabbed was my big red bag. Maybe Barbie and Ken could get married in the country at my aunt's house. That would be fire. We packed up her 2-door ZX2 and hit the road. My mama's eyes looked through the rearview mirror in a daze. Maybe she had a feeling that something terrible was about to happen. Something we didn't see coming.